Hey guys, Dr. Mike here. I wanted to hop on and share 4 of my favorite books to recommend people for learning more about functional medicine, functional healthcare, and what functional approach actually means. So whether you are someone with a health condition looking to help yourself through functional medicine, or if you're trying to determine if functional healthcare is right for you and you want to seek out a practitioner, these books are a great place to start, read, and get a good understanding. Um, Also, other people, if you are a functional healthcare professional, health coach, doctor, or otherwise looking to get into space, you're already practicing, these are great books that, again, for me, really influenced me and help hone some of my skills, or at least put me in the right frame of mind to do my own research and learn more about this space. So let me switch over to my screen right now and show you. You should be able to see my screen. This first book that I want to recommend is The Disease Delusion. So if you have no clue what I mean when I say functional medicine and functional healthcare, then start with something that's going to break down the overall concepts and philosophy of this type of healthcare. Okay. So The Disease Delusion by Dr. Jeffrey Bland is a great place to start, whether you're a health professional or not. And also Dr. Jeffrey Bland, if you don't know about him, you can do a little research, but he is considered one of the early on guys, maybe one of the godfathers of functional medicine. He's been releasing books and trainings and clinical nutrition protocols and all these things, I think, as far back as the early 80s. So great resource, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and has played a huge part in even developing this whole realm of what we call functional medicine now. Okay, so great book to start. Another one kind of in the same arena in terms of speaking generally, right? These books are not necessarily going to give you specific functional medicine strategies or protocols or how to treat certain conditions and diseases and all of that. This is more about the overall of what's going on with the current state of healthcare. Why is functional medicine different, and how do these things come together? Why is this functional medicine creating such great results with chronic illness and chronic progressive diseases that we're not seeing the same outcomes in terms of just strict medical care, right? So again, they do a great job explaining the whole space and why it's so impactful and why it's so valuable. So Dr. Sarah Myhill, I don't believe she's based in the US. I think she's somewhere out there in Europe. But again, I think she has a wonderful personal story about functional medicine, and also she can give a lot of experience and case studies about how she's helped with clients as well too. So Dr. Sarah Myhill, another great book. I actually did not read this book of hers first. I was actually working with some fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue patients, mitochondrial dysfunction, this type of stuff. And I actually came across one of her other books. It was this one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the chronic fatigue syndrome and myalgic encephalitis. So when I saw that book and saw how she was breaking it down, was great. And that's what kind of prompted me to go look at some of her other work. And I bought this book, read it, and just a great outline, great overview, good perspective for anyone out there that has never really questioned medical care or even sought out anything outside the box, so to speak. Okay. All right. The next one is more specifically, I don't know Dr. Scott Ferguson, but I have met Dr. Dicken Weatherby at different seminars, functional medicine conferences, and I just think he is so intelligent, has put in so much work into the functional health space, and he's released a handful of books. So this was the first one I got, which is more of a handbook and a reference guide for certain blood test analysis, and I thought that was great. I eventually have looked at some of his other things, this one having to do with functional analysis of signs and symptoms, another one using questionnaires to get more information and more insight about your clients. So these books, I wouldn't say are great for people trying to help themselves who are not healthcare professionals, because reading about testing and that type of stuff might be a little over the top. But if you're looking to get into the functional health space as a professional, or you're already a health coach, health doctor, whatever it is, these are great references, great resources, and Dr. Weatherby also, I believe, has other training programs and coaching. I haven't really looked into that stuff, but I know from a book standpoint, great resource. Okay, now the last one, I'm not really showing you the book for the book per se. I'm actually bringing up this book because I want to introduce you to Dr. Datis Kharrazian, one of the first guys and mentors that I got to learn from in the functional health space. He worked with one of the companies that we were working with different nutraceuticals and things like that. And I've taken quite a bit of his training. I can see that he has actually developed a lot of curriculum in the functional medicine and functional health space. Obviously, he's released books, done training, and he was a practitioner, or still is a great practitioner. So Dr. Datis Kharrazian, even if you don't have a brain issue, if you're a healthcare professional wanting to learn about functional medicine, just reading through the philosophies, the principles, the mindsets, and everything shared in his work will give you a great understanding of a good functional health approach, how dynamic it is, kind of his thought processes through these things. So I wanted to share that. Why isn't my brain working? He also has another very popular book that's great for people if you have this condition, is Why Do I Still Have Thyroid Symptoms? Our clinical model of how we help people is really based on some of the principles in this book, because what he talks about is getting away from those surface level signs and symptoms and starting to understand the under the surface physiology that might be breaking down, creating issues. Okay, so not to go talking about the books and everything is a little beyond this video, but I wanted to throw that out there. So again, going through these, we got the Disease Delusion, Dr. Jeffrey Bland, great place to start, as well as Dr. Sarah Myhill's book, Sustainable Medicine. This more so about a reference guide if you're a healthcare professional, to help look up some understanding about lab analysis, blood test analysis, at least specifically for this book. And then again, a great doc, a great author, and a great understanding of functional health approach can be found with some of the books from Datis Kharrazian. All right, you guys, I hope that's helpful. If you got other books and other resources that have really influenced you in the functional health space or functional medicine, I would love to hear it. Go ahead and leave it in the comments, and also hit the like and subscribe, because I will be releasing more information and dedicating this channel to the world of functional medicine and sharing some stories of my clients and my cases, how I help people. I really want to use this channel to be transparent, to promote the world of functional healthcare, because of how wonderful I see transformations happen right here in this office. So I want to put it out there. I want to do my part in spreading the message. So again, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm Dr. Mike, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.